Hey, welcome back to Top 5. On today's episode, former Goldman Sachs executive Raoul Pal predict Cardano and other altcoins will massively outperform Ethereum in a bullish environment. Let's dive into the interview. What are your thoughts on Doge and Elon Musk? Is Doge a game?
It's not a game. And the reason being is he's figured out pretty quickly that anything can now have value in this world, right? If a bunch of people think it's got value, and these cryptocurrencies have all these attributes of being able to exchange things, buy things with them, store things, and there's a joke one that happens to be a meme. Elon understands the meme economy, right? He's really into it. So he figures out, how funny is that? You take the worst ever coin, which is a joke, you then start adopting it, buy a bunch of it, and then you would basically have your own Elon coin. He could then also have it for streaming payment system within Tesla. There's a number of things you could do with it when you have your own coin. He could raise capital because of it. So I think he's figured out pretty quick that if you have your own currency, you can be king, because it had already been adopted by the masses. So millions of people are using it and they think it's amusing. How much publicity does that give him for his own currency? It's great.
Am I hearing you right here? Are you saying that you would consider investing in Doge?
I own Doge. Find me somebody who doesn't. We all do, because it's fun.
So you think that this Dogecoin is actually it's a serious thing. It's a real thing.
I have no idea. So I'll trade it like a call option. I have a small position in it because it's fun to see what happens with this. Because we don't know what the outcomes are. We don't. So it could end up being something massive. I mean, Mark Cuban, he started accepting it as payment for Dallas Mavericks merchandise and tickets. So now it's got payments. It's got millions of people invested in it. So what happens if Tesla builds an application? Now it's got application, an exchange, and investors. You've got an ecosystem, a network, and that's valuable. And in traditional markets, once the established trend takes place, you move out the risk curve. So from Bitcoin being like government bonds, and then you go to Ethereum, which is like corporate bonds, and then you go to junk bonds, which is all of the other stuff, right? And then private sector lending. That's a risk curve. So I'm just moving out the risk curve because the trend's established, and I know that in a bull market, ETH will outperform Bitcoin and alts will outperform ETH. Now, the ETH Bitcoin bet is easy because we know ETH, it's a giant, it's got massive network adoption, at least twice the rate of the network adoption of Bitcoin. And we've seen the whole rise of DeFi, NFTs, everything on top of ETH. So it's a great bet. So I'm 55% ETH, 25% Bitcoin, and 20% alts, right? You wanted to see what networks are stronger. So that was the start. So I picked a basket of the bigger ones of those and just took an equally weighted basket. I've got no clue whether Cardano is going to work or Polkadot's going to work and get network adoption. Literally have no idea. So I don't take a bet in that. I just took a bet in a bunch of them, figuring that if we're in altcoin season, this stuff's going to go up 5x that Ethereum goes up.